Hello, welcome to another exciting episode, Movie Clips Instant Trailer Review Show. Today we are reviewing the Great Gatsby trailer number 2 from Baz Luhrmann and Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm Jimmy.
I'm Sam.
And I'm David.
So, guys, initial reactions
To the book?
We've seen the first trailer.
Should we do the book first and then we'll jump right into the trailer for the movie? Or
No, let's review the trailer.
Okay.
I think this trailer is a lot.
Look at that car.
It's very
I think
different.
that's CGI.
No, it's not CGI.
Okay.
But this trailer is so well. Don't go frame by frame just yet. We should hit some play.
Yeah.
Because this
Let's
trailer,
see
it's a
little
very unique kind of trailer. They're really working with a lot of dead space. Now this is a very interesting shot.
At first, I actually thought that was like Leonardo DiCaprio.
It's because it's like they have his eyes right.
Yeah.
But what's so weird, what I find so odd about this is Leo has been around for so long. He's been acting as a kid. So we've probably seen him on screen around this age.
In Titanic, he was probably this age. And
Right.
on a boat.
Right, I know. So
They
it's
should just have
weird.
grabbed Titanic footage and just slotted it.
No, but you
right
know what I
in
mean.
there.
It is weird that they used. I can't tell if it's a digital
I-
actor
it's a
or
different-
if
it's a different guy.
It's a real
anthropomorphic.
guy.
Honestly, though, I'm
Creation-
surprised. To me, that speaks of like a restraint that you don't see anywhere else in the trailer. Like the trailer is set in the Roaring '20s, and it looks like Pandora. You know, it looks like Avatar, which is funny because the '20s really existed. They didn't need to create it wholesale from the ground up. But in spite of all the CG that we see in just normal shots,
do we
they
know who
didn't
that guy is?
digitally de-age
We'll look
him.
it
They
up.
got a
We'll look it up
different
on
actor.
I know it's very interesting. Very interesting.
So Gatsby is this rich guy, right?
Did you
Yeah.
read? Did you not do sixth grade?
Yeah.
You didn't have a middle school normative.
Here's
It takes
another
place
shot.
in New
Here's
York.
another shot.
His parents weren't real, right? Isn't that the whole point?
Yeah, that's turns out it's Inception. You really didn't read this book, did you? Okay, so we see some footage of
World War One.
We're getting
see some
we're getting
footage
some of the flashback
of Jay
stuff.
Gatz, as he was known then during the war,
And there's Spider-Man
and there's
Dom Cobb.
Spider-Man.
And they're gonna.
Okay,
Now,
all right.
look,
whoa,
I gotta
whoa.
say, these shots are gonna look so good in 3D. Like there's just so much going on here, and it looks so beautiful.
Yeah, it
so
really does
colorful,
look-
and it really does look dreamy. It's really interesting how they're taking something as not mundane as the 20s, but
It's like,
Yeah,
it's
no,
like
no, the
Moulin
most
Rouge.
boring period
It's
in
Moulin
human
Gatsby.
history, right there. No, the thing I've been thinking a lot about this trailer and just the look of this film
That
that
looks
we've seen
great.
so far.
there's a zebra in the pool there.
All I
What?
can think,
There's
Whoa.
a zebra in the pool.
what I keep coming back to is that the original Fitzgerald is written during the 20s, and it's still about like the
That's from the
failure.
Green dot.
That green thing's in the book.
It's like
I remember that.
No, it's
It's-
a metaphor for like longing.
It's about the failure of this generation to find its place and the lost promise and all that. But it's written during the height of this trend, Whereas this, to me, really looks like a movie made after a financial collapse. Like it's a movie in which even the romance and the gold of
look
it
at
is
this.
tinged with sadness.
Everything is just so colorful. It's
Yeah,
saturated.
but it's saturated in a way that's grotesque.
I know.
It's sort of
It's like no, yeah, I know.
the wealth
It's
of it.
it's
you
the
know.
opulence. It's like a metaphor for the opulence.
Yeah,
It really is echoing kind of the
It really
gross
does feel. Yeah, it
amounts
feels,
of wealth being thrown around.
It feels much more judgmental
Here's
than
Carey Mulligan. She plays Daisy.
Yes,
She's covered in
Daisy.
she's covered in diamonds. Now we
She's
get a
the love
good,
interest.
We get a good look at Joel Edgerton here. We
Yeah.
hear him speaking. So
Oh,
I mean, I have to say,
Meyer Wolfsheim, one of my favorite characters.
Look, he has a molar on his tie. Go back.
I really do love.
Or
I
not.
love the look of the film. I have to say. I mean, I know it's like a little Alice in Wonderland-esque.
Yeah, shots like this, I really do like. I mean, the stuff that
There's a molar right there on his tie.
that's
cool.
He's a dentist in the book. I'm just so amazed. Also, that's a great note. I did not notice that, and I've watched this like 5 times.
Now, the other thing I'll say, not only the color is very saturated, but the sound. Like everything
Yeah.
is very punchy, very
Like the Romeo and Juliet remake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The music in the trailer is all like remakes of sort of classic tunes that you know in more of a contemporary way. But I really like the way that this trailer is cut and the pacing of it and how they use you know, the first one was kind of just almost like a music video, but this one really starts getting into like, you never really see trailers where there's just silence. Like this is just very quiet and somber, and then it sort of explodes with sound. Like the sound that they use is like almost jarring how loud it is when it kicks in.
Yeah, especially on this, which I never thought I'd heard I would hear a bummer cover of this particular song, but he found a. Who do we think this is?
Do they look looking old too?
I don't know.
You know, no one looks old, but they don't look like they're any age at all. I'd forgotten that the Fitzgerald novel is all about motion captured versions of our favorite actors. Apparently, I mean, it is weird the amount of digital cleanup that is apparent in every shot. I mean,
it becomes like a punk rock.
I don't know if it's digital cleanup necessarily. I think they coated everything over with like a dreamlike glow.
Yeah.
And I think that's also kind of maybe intended to sort of hide make like a facade against aging and stuff like that. Like hide the fact that everything in this movie is dated. Both, you know what I'm saying? Like the 20s are older, so you're having this like super clean, almost like hyper realistic glow.
I don't think they got real
like
actors from the 20s to play these roles.
But
I
think
people.
but you know what I'm saying? Like they could have picked younger people to play these roles.
I agree.
And by cleaning them up and having their skin literally glow.
Well, it's like movies in the 20s always had like huge.
Right, and that was
Douglas
more like
Fairbanks.
glass.
Yeah.
That was more like the lenses and the glass that caused that. But
I've got to say though, like although this clearly is a Baz Luhrmann joint, you know, it really does look like other movies he's done. I think the look of it owes so much to
look at her skin. I mean, that is just
I'm trying
blooming.
not to. It's horrifying. It looks like you're staring into some kind of nightmare, beautiful dream fantasy, which I'm sure is the point. It's just like,
I mean, again,
it's a little upsetting to
this
see
is in
people
3D.
you recognize.
It does kind of remind me of the look of The Hobbit. I know you guys haven't seen. Did you see The Hobbit?
I did.
Yeah,
in fact, I really hope this is 48 frames a second. That would be amazing if they busted that out.
Well, you know, it's possible. It has a similar look to it. Does
what I was going to say. It looks
say?
like Baz Luhrmann, but it also just the look of individual frames. They look to me like a lot of movies we've seen recently, and I can't tell if that's a positive. Like, part of that is just that he's using this technology in the way that he has.
What audience do you think this is for? Like the MTV?
I think this is
for
like everybody.
The Twilight fans who are like 12.
I think for everybody.
They are playing up sort of a romance angle, but it is fairly tragic. I don't know. Do we have to read The Great Gatsby in school anymore? I know you didn't. But you were also a thorough Wolf Boy. Yeah, we had to read it in school, and I assume it's still like.
I think it's still in circulation.
It is the greatest work of American literature of the 20th century, right? I mean, that's.
Is it?
That's the like AFI list.
Have you read Harry Potter?
The book on Boo the dog.
I'm just kidding.
Everybody poops.
Everybody poops is pretty
Sanitarium.
much the greatest.
There we go.
The greatest text ever. But everything is so stylized. I really have to. I do appreciate him going for it in that respect. It's not like Alice in Wonderland or Wizard of Oz, or I should say Oz the Great and the Powerful, not Wizard of Oz. It's not like those trailers where it's just like it's dripping out of the screen. It's just so much. Your eyes are almost hurting from all the information they're getting. Whenever a Baz Luhrmann movie is announced, I'm always surprised. I mean, not always. Australia is so perfectly suited to his particular tendencies, but the stuff like this and Romeo and Juliet are stories that can be retold over and over again. They just don't get retold over and over again a lot. And so, like, his big budget crack is kind of the crack people get at it for the next 10 or 15 years or something. And I'm always a little bummed that, like, there are these stories with so much subtlety and nuance, and I don't really know if we're going to see any of it in a Alice in Wonderland style digital fantasy land crazy music video picture, which it saddens me a little bit. Well, we'll see. May 10th.
We'll see it in real 3D.
May 10th in 3D. Can't wait.
I could.
I'm excited. This new trailer got me excited.
If we go together, I'll go.
It's gonna be interesting.
Final thoughts, David?
I gotta reread the book, I guess.
Well, we know what David's doing over winter break. Sam?
I really look forward to David's book report on this.
Yeah,
and,
me too.
If we go together, I absolutely
Can you bring in a
will.
diorama?
Yeah.
I will.
Make a
I will
diorama?
make a diorama of West Egg. Is that where
Yeah.
it takes place? I remembered that.
Oh.
It's weirdly Aspergery and detailed knowledge right there. All right, so David, book report, and Jimmy pay for my ticket when we go to see
All
it.
right, there you go. I guess that's how we're gonna. But anyway, for the Movie Clips Instant Trailer Review Show, I'm Jimmy.
I'm Sam.
Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.
Thanks.